Most men, whether the father was present or absent, most men have a hole in their heart that is the size of another godly grown man who discipled and poured into him what manhood is. Listen, me and my father are very close, but me and my father got estranged because my parents got divorced. So I dealt with the first half of my life. My daddy was my hero. Then there was another section of my life where I was pissed off at him all the time because he left my mama. And so there was pain there. There was a father wound that was created there. So when you ask me like, how do you go? What's your transformation philosophy? My transformation philosophy is that at a dude's core, most brothers are broken and they don't know it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to accomplish stuff, thinking that accomplishment and significance and money and smashing, come on, man, and catching bodies is going to be the thing that gives them a sense of value. That's what they're really looking for is they're looking for validation. And they haven't got validation. And you keep tasting the joint, you keep tasting, you know what I'm saying? You getting the sex, you getting the money, you getting the bag, you getting all that. And that joint ain't never enough.
That's so true.
Because you're broken. And so if you ask me, so what's the thing that men need? I think we need to start from brothers need to pursue healing more than success. That healing is a higher level than chasing success. When you get healed, success becomes a byproduct of your healing. And I'm not talking about nominal success. Y'all think y'all seen something just in here. Man, you ain't seen nothing yet till you get healed. But in my mind, healing actually sounds feminine.
It sounds feminine.
I was about to say that because I'm like, hold
feminine.
on now. Because, healing, it just
You don't even hear dudes talk about healing. We talk about mastery.
Right.
We talk about performance. We talk all those things. But just know that is, again, the social programming of this age that's done nothing but that caused our numbers for men's suicide and mental health to shoot up, you know what I'm saying, to exponential numbers, that the majority of our men are not present in their homes, that they're not raising their children. Come on, that they got addictions and struggles. Like, dudes are hurting, but in the hurting process, what we do is we try to get more of stuff to compensate for the fact that we're really lacking healing. Look in the word. Ask me this. Out of the 37 recorded healings of the Bible, thereabout, the majority of the people that got healed in the Bible that are recorded are men. And guess what they all have in common? They got vulnerable. They're crying out in the streets. They're demon possessed and they're falling on their face and they're worshiping. So what I'm saying to you, Tyshawn and Ryan, what I'm saying to you is like, we need to reframe what manhood looks like so we can get what manhood is supposed to get. And manhood's not getting what manhood's supposed to get because manhood is not operating from the foundation that manhood's supposed to operate on. We're operating on I'm just gonna be honest, this is a white, Eurocentric model of manhood. That you're supposed to be stoic, quiet, wealthy, and using your spouse. That's it. That's pretty much what we're shooting for. But the truth of the matter is there's so much more that God wants to do for us, but we have not opened ourselves up to being vulnerable and to experiencing healing. And so my thing with men is how do I get you to a space where you realize you are too broken? Some dudes are so broke, all they got is money.
Quick PSA. We noticed that our listeners been praying for growth, but have no system to stay consistent. So we're launching a private community built to fix that. I talk to people every day who love God, want better relationships, want discipline, but they're trying to do it all alone. We built a space focused on faith to build a strong foundation, family to improve our relationships, and fitness to improve our discipline, routines, and habits, with structure, accountability, and support built in. And when you lock in, your habits shift, your confidence builds, and your life gets aligned. Click the link in the description and join the wait list now before seats fill up. Let's get it.
Okay, so the healing.
Okay. He's stuck on that.
Yeah, because I still want to talk about that because I literally seen a post. This was like on I want to say like Spiritual Word or something like that, and it was like a young lady saying that she wouldn't date a man that's not in therapy. And on face value, I just thought that was ridiculous. I'm not saying that therapy is not valuable, but I'm like, what? How is that an automatic assumption you wouldn't date a man because it's therapy? So it's a push, and I feel like more and more women I'm seeing, and obviously it's social media. I'm not saying 100% of women think this, but it's just something that's being communicated that you shouldn't even date a man that's not in therapy. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think that therapy is that impactful for a man?
Now, why you think that's a thing though? I'm gonna ask you that. I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Why do you think there's a push for men to get therapy?
Well, based on if it's the same logic,
Let's
is it
just be
beneficial for
real.
the institution?
Huh?
Is it more beneficial for the institution?
No, we got a bunch of hurting women who have been hurt by men.
I see.
And they're saying to themselves, and because I'm not, I don't want to play this men versus women thing. I'm gonna say I think there's some mothers out there, you know what I'm saying? There's some legit wives out there who are like, yo, I just want them to get healed. But the way that we are socialized to be men, it pretty much eliminates us from getting healed. So you can go your whole life doing well, but never experience real transformation. Healing is just another word for transformation.
Got it.
So you guys have experienced healing, but we just don't like the term because the term is always associated with women and femininity.
Right.
So again, that's why. So what I found though is like y'all, when men get with other men, they don't mind talking about the brokenness with their dads.
Yeah.
They don't mind talking about the suicidal ideation that they've had. They don't mind talking about the failures that they've had in their relationship and how there's a lot of brothers out there that's getting cheated on by their women too. They don't mind getting naked, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So, proverbially speaking, about their situation. That's healing. That's a healing experience. But I do think men need to rewire their thinking away from achievement and success as the mark that they're good and get more to a different place where they have peace about who they are. They have peace about what God is doing. They have a relationship with God that allows them the courage enough to be vulnerable and not have to put on and be pretentious. But most dudes out there, we faking. Bro, honestly, just being around some of the fake masculine energy around some dudes, I'm just like, come on, man. Listen, man, stop posting. And social media just encourages just the pretense, man. And I'm about to say something. Bro, I don't know. What can I say on here?
Anything,
You can say whatever you want.
everything.
I say, nigga, bro. Come on, man. Stop. And so we fake our whole lives to the grave and never can be real. Never can be honest. Vulnerable precedes healing. You can't get healed unless you're vulnerable. Every man needs to receive that right now.
Yeah, vulnerable precedes healing.
I like the way that helps me when you say healing is we call ourselves a transformational platform. So that means based on the synonymously, we're a healing platform.
Don't say that too much.
So, that makes a lot of sense.